What if I told you this Humvee carries a story that started long before we ever touched a wrench? A story connected to American soldiers, long desert roads, and a family that refused to let history disappear. This is not just another restoration. This machine served overseas, carried real men through real danger, and then sat forgotten for years. Today on WW2 War Car Renovation, we're not just rebuilding metal, we're rebuilding a legacy. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this Humvee means more than just horsepower. When we first saw it, it was parked behind an old storage warehouse in the Midwest. Faded tan paint, military numbers barely visible on the hood, dust thick enough to write your name in. The owner was a retired U.S. Army mechanic named Daniel. His grandfather had served in World War II, driving supply trucks across Europe. His father later served during the Gulf War. Daniel himself worked on military vehicles during overseas deployments in the early 2000s. This Humvee wasn't from World War II, but to Daniel, it represented 3 generations of service. When it was decommissioned, he bought it at auction with one goal. One day he would restore it properly. But life happened, work, family bills. The Humvee sat untouched for almost 8 years. When Daniel contacted WW2 War Car Renovation, his message was simple. I don't want it to look like a war vehicle anymore. I want it to honor service, but I want to drive it with my son. I want it to be something we're proud to take on the road. That changed everything for us. Before we go deeper into this transformation, if you respect military history, classic restorations, and powerful stories like this, take a second right now to subscribe to WW2 War Car Renovation. We restore machines with meaning, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. The first step was waking it up. Under the hood sat the original diesel engine, untouched for years. We drained thick, dark oil, replaced every filter, cleaned the injectors, flushed the fuel system completely, fresh battery installed. The first crank was slow, second crank struggled. On the third attempt, it roared to life. Thick smoke rolled out, and Daniel just stood there quietly. You could see it in his face. Memories, pride, relief. That engine sound wasn't just noise. It was history breathing again. We began full disassembly, doors off, hood removed, seats out, carpet stripped, every panel inspected. Underneath the armored body, we found surface rust, but no major structural damage. That's military engineering for you. Built strong, built to survive. While sanding down the exterior, we uncovered faint markings under the paint. Unit numbers, shipping codes, even a scratched name inside the driver door panel. Someone had carved Miller 2004 into the metal. We researched the unit number and discovered it had been deployed in Iraq during convoy escort missions. Suddenly, this build became personal. This wasn't just Daniel's vehicle. It had belonged to someone who rode in it during real operations. Daniel made a decision. We would preserve one small section of original paint inside the cabin, sealed under clear protective coating, as a tribute. A reminder of where it came from. The frame was sandblasted clean. We reinforced minor weak points and applied heavy-duty undercoating to handle harsh winters in Canada and rough roads across the United States. Suspension components were upgraded with modern heavy-duty performance parts for smoother highway driving without losing off-road capability. Then came the design choice. We all stood around looking at color samples. Flat military tan, satin black, but Daniel said something that stuck with me. I want it to look strong, not angry. So we chose a deep metallic graphite gray. Powerful, clean. Mature, a color that commands respect without shouting. Bodywork took weeks, every dent repaired. Panels aligned perfectly. When the first coat of metallic graphite paint went on, the transformation felt unreal. Under shop lights, the Humvee no longer looked abandoned. It looked reborn. Inside is where the real shift happened. The original interior was pure function. Hard seats, loud cabin. Zero comfort. We stripped it down to the metal shell. Full sound deadening installed across floors, doors, and roof. Custom premium leather seats stitched in dark charcoal with subtle contrast stitching. Heated seating for cold North American winters. Modern digital gauge cluster integrated smoothly into the dash. Touchscreen infotainment system with navigation, Apple CarPlay, backup camera, and Bluetooth. But we didn't erase its soul. We restored the original grab handles, polished the exposed bolts, mounted a small plaque inside reading "Driven with Honor," and under the clear-coated preserved paint section, we added a small engraved note, "Service Remembered." Halfway through the build, around the 7-minute mark of this story, something unexpected happened. Daniel brought his teenage son into the shop. The boy had only seen the Humvee sitting dusty for years. When he walked in and saw it mid-transformation, his face said everything. He ran his hand across the fresh paint and said, "Dad, this looks insane." That moment right there, that's why we do this. We upgraded lighting to full LED systems with integrated front light bars that looked aggressive but refined. Custom black alloy wheels replaced the old steel rims. Wrapped in premium all-terrain tires, the stance became wider, stronger, more confident. The exhaust system was upgraded next. We tuned it to keep that deep diesel rumble, but removed the harsh vibration. The first throttle test echoed clean and controlled through the shop. Not chaotic, not rough, just powerful. Balancing weight was critical. We replaced certain non-structural armored sections with lighter reinforced materials to improve drive quality. The goal was simple: keep the strength, improve the comfort. Then came the first road test. The garage door rolled open slowly. Sunlight hit the metallic graphite finish, and the reflection looked like liquid steel. Daniel sat in the driver's seat, his son in the passenger seat. When the engine started, it sounded confident, calm, ready. On the road, it drove smoother than anyone expected. Suspension absorbed bumps effortlessly. Cabin stayed quiet. Acceleration felt strong but controlled. Other drivers slowed down to look. Some gave thumbs up. At a stoplight, an older veteran stepped out of his pickup truck just to ask about it. When Daniel told him it was being restored as a tribute to service, the man simply nodded and said, "Good. Don't let them be forgotten." That hit deep. By the time we finished detailing, ceramic coating the paint, installing custom floor mats, and polishing every surface, the Humvee no longer looked like a vehicle built for war. It looked like a symbol of transition, from battlefield utility to family legacy. Side-by-side comparison told the full story. Rusted, faded, forgotten machine next to a polished, powerful luxury build. Same frame, same engine. Completely new life. And here's the truth for our viewers across the USA and Canada. Vehicles like this represent more than metal. They represent sacrifice engineering. History.family. When restored with care, they bridge generations. If you've watched this far, I want to ask you something. Would you drive something like this daily? Or would you keep it as a weekend tribute machine? Drop your answer in the comments. I read everyone, and your ideas shape future builds. If this story meant something to you, share this video with someone who respects military history and classic machines. Hit the like button so more people can discover WW2 War Car Renovation. And if you're new here, subscribe and join us, because the next restoration might tell an even bigger story. This Humvee started as a war machine. It became a forgotten project, and now it stands as a rolling tribute to 3 generations of service. That's not just a build, that's legacy on wheels.